Hello everyone, Professor Crisluk here. So I wanted to create the third installment of what are we reading this summer? What is a political science professor reading over the summer outside of what he has to be reading for work? So I finished the Bill Kristol book. I made a video, a longer form video about what I thought of it. In general, I liked Bill Kristol's work. I thought it was an interesting book. I certainly don't agree with everything that Kristol talked about, the Bush doctrine, this idea of a more proactive foreign policy. I think in hindsight we can see that some of the things that Kristol was talking about, hoping that what happened in Iraq, bringing democracy to Iraq, with hindsight we see that it didn't materialize like Kristol thought it would. But I still think it is worth reading. It only took about 5.5 hours. It wasn't a real long book. And it helps us understand the Bush doctrine, and it helps us understand some of the neoconservative ideology that is still making its rounds today. And with the strikes in Iran, we see it's still a leading thought on some foreign policy thinkers. Again, I don't necessarily agree with all of it, and I think, again, with hindsight, we can see that some of it maybe didn't turn out the way Bill Kristol thought. So my next book is about 4 years ago, I received a very small fellowship at the Mercatus Center at George Mason University, and as part of that, they shipped us some books just for us to have. And so I've had this one, Tyranny Comes Home, The Domestic Fate of U.S. Militarism. I've had this one on the shelf, and I wasn't super interested in it, so it's just been sitting on my shelf. But with the emergence of U.S. service members, Marines, on the streets of Los Angeles, we see a seemingly more militarized police force. I thought it was a good time to pull out this book, which I'm only on like page 4, but reading about it connects this idea of how U.S. foreign policy over the years, a more militarized foreign policy, and leads to a more militarized police force at home. So I'm not sure if I'll agree with the authors, but I figured it was worthwhile checking out. So you tell me what you're reading for the summer. Give me your suggestions, your advice for current events, for political science, and I'm always welcome to suggestions. Okay, so thank you.